2 stars, 2 stories, next on Soapography. She's young, she's beautiful, and so far, her days have been filled with triumphant highs and life-changing lows.
I don't want to get too true Hollywood story on you.
We're talking about Chrishell Stause, the ingenue who plays All My Children's devious Amanda Dillon.
The most outrageous thing I have done would definitely involve a flesh-colored thong.
She's been down and out.
We were really extremely poor, homeless, living in a tent in a campground.
She's overcome serious hardships and is now taking risks that will blow your mind.
You put a girl in pasties and she tends to forget everything else.
Then, Days of Our Lives, Suzanne Rogers' tragic story of art imitating life.
When they killed me off, I truly thought, how long can I live out here without selling my house?
Her character, Maggie Horton, was murdered, but Suzanne's own health also took a deadly turn.
They told me I'd never be in front of a camera again.
But her producers wanted her back.
And I said, you don't know what I look like.
And now Suzanne shares how she overcame staggering odds to reclaim her stardom.
I didn't know who it was. I turned off the TV and cried. Just cried.
All that and more, next on Soapography.
Okay, I don't know what my motivation is for this scene.
Gorgeous Chrishell Stause plays vampy Amanda Dillon on All My Children.
She was manipulative and conniving and all those great things to a point, but you hated her.
And she's having a blast doing it.
I absolutely love my job.
Chrishell Stause is a Southern girl at heart.
I actually was born in Benton, Missouri.
After that, she moved with her parents and 4 sisters to the tiny town of Draffinville, Kentucky.
The big thing to do was to go and literally hang out at the gas station. Everyone would sit up on this ledge, and I remember the day they enforced the no loitering because they would get so frustrated with everyone sitting up there.
Despite the laid-back pace of small-town life, Chrishell's family worked hard to make ends meet, and it wasn't always easy.
Growing up, it was hard. I mean, we were really extremely poor. One of the biggest struggles my family had, we were temporarily homeless. We were living in a tent in a campground, and my mother, she really tried to look on the positive side.
In spite of her mother's optimism, Chrishell knew things were bad.
I was about 14. I knew that it was not normal to be camping for, months at a time.
And being poor made Chrishell feel different from the other kids.
I always tried to hide the fact that we had food stamps. We had a lot of hand-me-downs. I definitely tried to pass off the fact that, I was normal.
Now, though, she's proud that her difficulties have made her family bonds and personal values stronger.
We eventually, we got through it, and we stayed together, and it's really made me so grateful for everything I have today.
From an early age, Chrishell knew she wanted to act.
I always knew that I wanted to be an actor. I remember the day I decided. I was reading a magazine, and in the back of the magazine, there were these black and white ads, and they're all trying to get your money, but there was one about an acting kit, and it was $5.99, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be an actress.
Chrishell went right to work, performing in high school plays such as The Importance of Being Earnest and Pompadours and Poodle Skirts.
In high school, there was no competition to get a lead part. It was more of a voluntary situation. Who wants to be on me? So I remember when I got my first lead in college, I was so excited, and I told my mom and dad, oh my gosh, you guys, I got the lead part. And they were like, you always get the lead part. You guys, I actually had competition this time.
After graduating from Kentucky's Murray State University in 2003, Chrishell stuck close to home and started looking for acting work.
Oh man, I had one whole full year of straight rejection, going on auditions sometimes 3 times a day.
But working on a daytime drama was her goal.
I always dreamed of being on a soap. As a kid, I remember my mom would always watch Young and the Restless, and I would be in the mirror and I'd practice doing my turn.
Chrishell had done some modeling, and because of that, she came to the attention of All My Children producers. They asked her to meet them in New York.
I went in for the audition, 2 weeks passes, then you know that you didn't get a call back. and I get a call that I'm asked back. I had to keep myself in check because I was like, yeah, right. You know, this is a contracted role on a huge soap opera.
Chrishell was sure that she wouldn't be cast on All My Children, so she decided to sign a modeling contract instead.
I was actually in a modeling agency. I'm like about to sign the paperwork. I get a call, you're being flown to New York for a screen test. And I was like, I started screaming. All these people are looking around, who is this crazy woman? I'm like, yes!
Chrishell got the part and made the huge move to New York City.
I pretty much packed one suitcase full of like maybe a pair of jeans and a magazine.
But the talented young actress wasn't scared.
I was like, just get me out there. I was ready to go. So I just remember being excited and ready to make the move.
Chrishell reported to the set of All My Children in 2005 to play the part of devious Amanda Dillon.
Oh, this way? She was manipulative and conniving and all those great things to a point, but you hated her. I knew her as a confused little girl that wanted to find acceptance through men, basically.
And in a quest to find acceptance, Amanda and Chrishell have done some incredible things.
The most outrageous thing I have done would definitely involve a pair of pasties and a flesh-colored thong. I don't even know I can say that. I've never really been nervous on set before. I could feel my heart beat in my throat. You put a girl in pasties and she tends to forget everything else.
Not only that, Chrishell has found herself doing love scenes with co-star Justin Bruning, who plays Jamie, the real-life husband of friend and co-star Alexa Havens, who plays Babe.
It's kind of hard sometimes working with Justin in romantic scenes because Alexa and Justin are obviously married in real life and we're great friends outside of work. So it's a little uncomfortable, you know, hi Alexa, how are you? And then going to make out with her husband is never going to be not weird.
Chrishell Stause is a young woman with a challenging past, a fun-filled present, and a bright future.
I always dreamed of being on a soap. And so after I got the job, I was thinking to myself, I think I have to dream bigger because I've got the job.
But for now, she's happy to be right where she is.
I could not ask to have relationships with better people in the business. Everyone was so welcoming and really gracious and making sure that I felt at home, and I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Ooh, that's good.
Is that good?